it was great, to plan, around the holidays especially. That's tough. You don't have a roof over your head, and you've got little children and things like that. Just to decorate a tree, to have a Christmas dinner, to have presents under that tree, that really helped me out. I really got an appreciation.
Yeah.
For all the people that are in that industry and a feeling. And it carries over to me today. Because I can remember as an advocate knocking on those doors in Beacon Hill to try to get more funding for my programs.
Right.
Now I'm there,
right,
and they're knocking on my door.
Yeah, and you've been there, you've done it, and I mean, you've done it with your own hands, you've done it, being there with them.
Yep. But all the connections over the years that I made, they're there. And now I see them again. Right. So, and it's really great to try to come to their aid and see what I can do for them and their organizations.
It's come full circle.
It's full circle, and I never thought that would happen. So it was a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
and a real education, I'm telling you. If the average person were to see that, they probably wouldn't believe it, because we have so much here in this country, and I don't think there's a problem with sharing it with those less fortunate.
Right. So. I'm sure, whether your constituents are homeless or someone else, there's a story from the people you've touched, and
yep.
and as much as you've touched them, it's obvious that they've touched you even more.
And I still see clients around town, and I know because of HIPAA I can't say anything to them, but if they come up to me, then we can have a conversation. And I'm proud of them. I'm proud that I placed them in housing situations, and they kept going, and they improved themselves.
Right.
So it was very gratifying, to see. I ran into a client just the other day at Attleboro Housing, and I hadn't seen her little boy in like 5 years. Mm-hmm. And to see him from 5 years old to becoming 10 or 11, it was incredible. And the kid gave me a hug. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, he used to carry my briefcase down to the office when I'd come in the morning. And he'd look and say, "Hey, boss, what are we doing today?"
No way.
Yeah, so I gave all the little kids little jobs. Clean this board, wipe this thing. And they were great. It was,
but you're giving them a lesson in responsibility.
Yeah.
And so, in between she and her son, they're off now.
Yep.
She's going to school, or she's...
Yeah, one of my clients went to become an EMT, and is, and is at Bristol Community College, going to the night program. And so that's really wonderful to see that happen. Yeah. Especially when somebody wants to stay on the right track and keep a roof over their heads and provide for their family on their own. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
And starting, with a pretty steep uphill challenge to find their way like that and kind of bootstrap themselves up, but to know that there was someone giving a little nudge or extending a hand, or someone like yourself that those are the kind of things that folks in the State House need to understand.
Well, I've been an advocate too, because in the last 2 years, even as a freshman, I've tried to testify at different hearings that pertain to the funding. We never go far enough. We take them and put them in apartments from shelters, but we don't provide enough money for training programs, for psychological support and things like that. The money is just not fully provided the right way. So after a year of living with a subsidy like that, they're back in the same situation.